Hello everyone, this is Sensei Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Escape from Monkey Island. Well, I got this far into the treasure vault, but there was one thing I forgot to pick up on my way in. Because we actually get an option to dive into the deep water here. Remember our Tupperware container full of bait.
Here, fishy, fishy, fishy.
And boom, we now have a makeshift lantern.
I already have something in there. Whew. It's a good thing I can hold my breath for 10 minutes. It's the stolen booty from the bank. Hey, something just fell out of the chest. A tiny screw. I'll bet it goes to Pegnose's prosthetic nose. Now I can clear the good name of Guybrush Threepwood.
It's not that good a name. Let's be sure to pick that up.
It's locked.
Oh, that's right. Hall of Justice is the next building over.
I recovered the stolen loot. Am I free now?
That doesn't mean you didn't steal it.
Okay, then.
Oh, Inspector, I think you'll find this interesting.
What's this? It looks like a tiny screw.
I think you'll find it goes with the nose I gave you earlier.
Oh, you do you? What makes you so sure, eh?
It won't prove a thing.
Quiet, you! Well then, perhaps we should give it a try.
Even though this doesn't really prove anything either.
Hold still, you! Quiet, you! Well, I'll be. Let's see that screw.
It doesn't fit.
Quiet, you!
If the nose fits, you must acquit.
I've never seen that screw before in my life.
Quiet, you! Well, all right then. I guess your name's been cleared. Let's see that leg of yours.
Right. The anklet thingy.
Hold on. Maybe I should do a background check on you. Just because you didn't rob the bank doesn't mean you aren't wanted for other more heinous crimes.
Hey, he stole a duck.
Quiet, you! On the other hand, without the stigma of felonious robbery hanging over your head, you seem pretty harmless. So, off you go.
Hey, was that an insult? Done paying your debt to society, Otis?
Ha freaking ha.
Time to make sales, shipmates.
Thank gods, I hate this repressive place.
Yeah, I was getting kind of bored.
We can't. I have more repairs to make. Just kidding. Ship's ready.
Alright, back to Melee Island and Eternal Night.
All right, mateys. Stay here and watch the ship while I go into town.
Yeah, you guys stay here while Guybrush and I check out the flora.
If you get to go, I get to go. Scumm Barr, here I come!
Hey, if anyone here gets to go to the Scumm Barr, it's me.
Hey, please stay here and guard the ship. I'll be back soon.
Jeez, we were just kidding.
We were.
This can't be right.
I'm afraid it is, Governor. Charles L. Charles' Good Times Free Grog campaign has given him a 23% lead in all the polls.
But,
Honey, I'm home.
Guybrush, you're back!
Yes, and look what I've got. Oh, wait, that's not it.
Oh, Guybrush, this is wonderful! Esteban, take these papers down to Melee Town Hall and save my mansion. Oh, Guybrush, I am so glad you're back. What took you so long?
Well, that's a funny story. It all started when I went looking for the no-nosed pirate.
Comic Sans, really?
And then Ozzy said, I'm gonna put your shrimp on me body. After that, I was attacked by an army of koalas. And so the lawyers used the Marley Mansion deed to draw up the legal papers to save the mansion. And I came back here.
Well, seems like the sensible thing to do would be to destroy my grandfather's heirloom so that no one could get their hands on the ultimate insult. Whatever that is.
I agree. Got a match?
Charles, you manipulating weasel! Get out of my house before I stick my piranha poodles on you!
Yikes! Now, my dear Mrs. Marley.
The Reapwood.
Is that any way to talk to the next governor of Melee Island?
I don't care what the polls say. The pirates of Melee will see through your tissues of false hopes and empty promises.
The pirates of Melee couldn't see through a window. They can't even see what's right in front of them.
What are you talking about?
Why, only the biggest lie of them.
LeChuck!
LeChuck! At your service. Enough of this inane banter. I've got an election to win.
How do you expect to be elected once I tell everyone you're really LeChuck?
Go ahead, tell them. Shout it from the rooftops. It will only ensure my victory. And once I'm elected, I'll use my gubernatorial powers to divine the secrets of the ultimate insult.
Huh?
You heard me. The ultimate insult. With its unholy power, I'll make the seas run red with the blood of my enemies. I'll bring the forces of hell to the shores of the Caribbean. And I'll finally make Elaine my willing bride.
Oh, yeah? Well, you fight like a cow.
So, Act 2, Enter the Manatee.
I'm confused.
About what?
How can LeChuck be alive? Relatively speaking, of course.
I don't know.
What is the ultimate insult? And why are LeChuck and Ozymandias after it?
I don't know.
Well, I've got a plan.
I know I'm going to regret asking this, but what is it?
Let's hide in the mansion until this whole thing blows over.
That's not very heroic, dear.
But it's so unheroic, it just might work.
I've got a better idea. I'll redouble my efforts to keep LeChuck out of the governor's mansion, which should be a lot easier now that I know he's really an evil undead demon from heck. In the meantime, why don't you do everything you can to stop Ozzy and LeChuck from getting their hands on the ultimate insult? Whatever that is.
Okay. How?
If I were you, honey, I'd talk to the voodoo lady. She always seems to know about these things.
But...
Have fun fighting the bad guy, Schnookums.
this is what it's like being a first lady.
What happened to her accent, anyway? Still, going to the voodoo lady does seem like a smart idea.
What a strange lamp.
Especially since it looks like I've taken everything that can be taken.
come to my attention that my opponent, Charles L. Charles...
You fool. Ah, Guybrush. I knew you'd return. How can I help you? I can tell that you're still interested in my voodoo wares. Did you have anything in particular in mind?
On second thought, I probably shouldn't be shopping at a time like this.
True. I see that you are finally ready to ask me about the ultimate insult.
Yeah.
What would you like to know about it? I sense that you want to know what the ultimate insult is.
Good guess.
The ultimate insult is the most coveted and dangerous voodoo item the world has ever known.
More coveted and dangerous than the indescribable terrors of Big Whoop?
Twice as coveted and 5 times as dangerous.
Yowie. What does it do?
It is a powerful talisman that allows its owner to spew incredibly foul insults.
Insults? That's all? I thought it would be a potion that turned people inside out or something.
But these are no ordinary insults, Threepwood. These are insults spoken in an ancient, forgotten tongue. Insults so vile, so emotionally crippling, that they transform even the fiercest of pirates into an egoless mass of goo permanently.
Wow! Hey, wait a minute. If the insults are in a forgotten language, how come they're so dangerous? Wouldn't that have the same effect as insulting me in Finnish?
You'd think that, wouldn't you? But the language used by the ultimate insult is so ancient that it's rumored to be the primal language, the tongue from which all other languages arose. Amplified by the voodoo magics of the ultimate insult, this original language has the power to speak to the very heart of a person's soul and mock it into oblivion.
Whoa.
Indeed. I see that you want to know how to make an ultimate insult.
That would be useful.
Sadly, I have no idea how to make an ultimate insult talisman.
That's strange. You've always seemed to be the master of all things voodoo-like.
Yes, but the ultimate insult was outlawed dozens of years ago in the aftermath of a terrible battle between 2 ultimate insult-wielding hoongans that shattered the egos of an entire chain of islands.
That's awful.
And bad for business. As a face-saving gesture, the United Voodoo Workers of the Tri-Island area agreed to gather up and destroy all known copies of the ultimate insult recipe, lest one ever be assembled again. I see that you want to know where to find the makings of an ultimate insult.
It would be good to know where to start.
As I said, the instructions to build an ultimate insult have been destroyed. However, I seem to recall that the individual pieces of an ultimate insult can only be found on one island.
Monkey Island?
No, too obvious. It was some other island entirely. Unfortunately, this island's name has also been lost to the vagaries of time. Very well. I sense that you want to know the connection between the Marley heirlooms and the ultimate insult.
Stop doing that! But you're right. This chest contains Grandpa Marley's heirloom. According to Grandpa Marley's letter, his wedding presents to Elaine hold the key to assembling the ultimate insult. But there's so much stuff in these heirlooms that it's hard to separate the presents from the junk.
I sense powerful voodoo forces at work here. Weddings, nuptials, bands of gold reveal to us a gift that's old.
Hey, a pair of earrings.
Lacy veils and prenups, too, show us the symbol of something new.
Ooh, a necklace.
Bridesmaids tinged with jealous sorrow bring to light a present borrowed.
A pen on a chain? What kind of present is that?
One heart beats where once were 2. The final gift is something blue.
Oh, the final gift is something blue.
Is something wrong?
Yes. There should be a fourth wedding gift in here. A blue wedding gift. But my mystic senses detect nothing.
Maybe it's still on Lucre Island.
I don't think so. My voodoo instincts tell me it's somewhere on Melee Island. How curious.
Do you have any idea where I can find the blue wedding present?
Only that it's somewhere on Melee Island.
What am I supposed to do with the wedding presents?
If Grandpa Marley was telling the truth, they hold the key to finding the ultimate insult.
But how?
If it were me, I'd find the woman who wore those earrings.
I don't need any more of your enigmatic hoodoo right now.
As you wish, Guybrush. I'll be here later if you need me.
Honey?
What is it, dear? I'm kind of busy right now.
I talked to the voodoo lady about the ultimate insult.
Well, what did she say?
She said it was an ancient voodoo talisman capable of permanently shattering the souls of pirates.
Yikes! Huh. No wonder a couple of warped cretins like LeChuck and Ozzy want to get their hands on it.
The voodoo lady found Grandpa Marley's wedding gifts.
Really? Let me see. Ugh. What was my grandfather thinking? These earrings, they're way too big, and they're made of wood. The necklace is okay, I guess, but this pen looks like it was stolen from a bank.
Maybe these gifts really do hold the secret of the ultimate insult. They clearly weren't intended to be proper wedding gifts. Well, I'm off to find the ultimate insult.
Try not to get killed and or cursed, dear.
Wait, didn't she just come from there?
Good afternoon, citizen. I'm Melee Island Governor Elaine Marley, and I'm running for re-election. It has recently come to my attention that my opponent, Charles L. Charles, is none other than the demon zombie ghost pirate LeChuck. Does Melee really want an agent of the undead legions of heck governing its fiscal policy? I think not. Thank you for your time, citizens. And remember, vote for Elaine Marley on Election Day.
Lua bar?
Lua bar? What's a lua? Great pictures of grog! You've done something horrible to the Scumm Barr!
Welcome to the Lua Bar. I'll be right with you.
Excuse me.
Why, hello. Great getup.
What do you mean, great getup?
Whoa, you look really authentic. Just like a, a real swashbuckler. Do you work here?
No, I am a real swashbuckler. My wife's the governor. I'm a mighty pirate captain.
Whoa, you really get into character.
What's good on the menu?
I like everything.
Really? That sushi stuff looks pretty gross, if you ask me.
Well, don't tell anyone, but I don't like it either. But everyone else is eating it, and, after all, isn't that what real pirates eat? I've heard the flaming scuttlefish is the way to go if you don't like sushi, though.
Did you know this place used to be a real pirate bar?
Really? More than this?
Oh yeah, they had real grog, real pirates, and real fights.
Whoa, sounds great. But, what's grog?
Never mind. Enjoy your stay.
Yeah, thanks.
Excuse me, miss.
I'll be right with you. Why don't you have a seat first?
These bar stools have flowers on them. Somehow that just doesn't seem right. I'll just sit over here.
Really?
It's a painting. Curious. Seems to be made out of wax. These bar stools have flowers on them. Somehow that just doesn't seem right. how cute! Little itty-bitty boats floating around carrying itty-bitty pieces of something that appears to be edible. There appears to be a minuscule meal set on this silly square-shaped tray. I wouldn't feed a squirrel. What's the point? I wouldn't feed a squirrel. What's the point? Aw, how cute! Little itty-bitty boats floating around carrying Nah, real pirates don't drink anything that pretty. There's some sort of mechanical stuff under the water that's making these boats go. No, those chains and metal stuff look pretty sharp. I better try jamming it with something else.
I got something I can jam it with?
Those things really don't go together. Excuse me, miss. Miss?
Can I help you?
What happened to the Scumm Barr?
Oh, we're under new management now. We've done away with all the pirate swill and wenches. Ugh.
There weren't winches before.
But I like the wenches. I mean, they, made it so authentically piratey.
Our decorators went for realism without the fright. They insisted that we replace the wenches with totems and bamboo. Drink sales are down, but we can turn the lights on again.
But I liked the pirates.
Ew, gross. Nobody likes real pirates anymore. That's so last week.
But I liked the swill.
We've replaced that old swill with family-friendly fun beverages. We have quite a selection. Excuse me, I have customers waiting.
Pardon me.
Yes?
Do you know what they did to the Scumm Barr?
Scumm Barr? What's that?
It's what this place used to be before they redecorated it. It was dark, dingy, smelled like grog gone bad.
Okay, game crashed there for a second.
Yeah, it was great. What's good to eat here?
Do you like sushi?
I'm sure I wouldn't.
You need to ease into it then. Order something that isn't raw to start with, and then work your way into the good stuff.
Good stuff. I hope by that you don't mean the stuff that looks like it lived in the bilge of a ship last week.
Ooh, the unagi. That's the best.
You aren't from around here, are you?
Does it show? When I travel, I try not to look like a tourist. I like to really get to know the place I'm visiting.
Then this is the wrong place. You should be down by the docks, working the ships, drinking grog.
Doesn't sound like much fun. This is plenty authentic enough for me. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Sure.
Those are some bizarre-looking drinks. No thanks. Give me a grog over this stuff any day. Those are some bizarre-looking drinks. They're cheap, crummy, mass-produced wooden chopsticks. Those are some bizarre-looking drinks.
Lord! You are not allowed back here! Close the door before I whack you in the noggin!
Lumpy. Roast pig. Hey, wait a minute. This little tag says it's pork sashimi? This pig isn't cooked? Ugh. I gave up raw pig a long time ago. I gave up raw pig a long time ago. This seat is all wet. I better choose another one. Darn. The chopsticks were too weak. They just snapped right in half.
Well, Since we are done running our wife's chores, I think maybe we can finally go check in with our old buddy Meathook.
Meathook!
Guybrush, I'd heard you were killed by a giant clam.
Rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated.
Not to mention celebrated.
What?
Oh, nothing. What brings you to my humble loft, old friend?
I thought we could catch up on old times.
Like what?
How did you and Carla and Otis
escape from Monkey Island?
Same way you did, of course.
On Herman's hidden pirate ship?
Herman had a ship? That jerk never told us. I guess we didn't escape the same way you did.
If you didn't use Herman's ship, how did you?
Escape from Monkey Island.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, come on.
No.
Whatever happened to your parrot?
You mean the beast? Oh, he died.
Hunger?
Loneliness. A parrot without someone to talk to is a sad parrot.
Do you still do that thing you do?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, that funny thing you do.
The talking tattoos, remember?
Come on, do the funny thing you do.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
You know, that thing you do with the talking and the face. If you don't want to do the funny thing, just say so.
What are you talking about?
You know, the thing with the tattoo.
Ow! You mean this?
Hello, Guybrush.
That's it. On second thought, I really don't have time to reminisce.
Fine by me. What do you want to talk about?
What's with all the candles?
I use them to create me art.
Your art? I didn't know you had an art.
Oh, yes. As a child, I was one of the foremost watercolor painters in the Tri-Island area. See? Here are me old paintbrushes.
Nice.
I love painting, but after I lost me hands in the accident, I just sort of drifted into piracy. I didn't really like being a pirate, but what else could I do? I was a painter with no hands.
So how did you end up painting with wax?
Well, after me traumatic experience on Monkey Island,
sorry,
I decided that I didn't want to be a pirate no more, and resolved to return to the world of art. Well, to make a long story short,
too late.
One night, I discovered that I could create paintings from the wax drippings of coloured candles impaled on me hooks. Since then, I have been known to art lovers everywhere as Meathook, Master of Wax.
That's the silliest story I've heard in hours. I'm looking for something called the ultimate insult. I could use your help.
How can I help?
I'm looking for Grandpa Marley's 4th wedding present.
Why?
Because it'll help me find the island of the pieces of the ultimate insult.
That's funny.
Why?
Many years ago, when I was a child prodigy using conventional watercolors, Grandpa Marley hired me to paint him a map of the Tri-Island area. He said it was going to be a wedding present for his granddaughter. Unfortunately, he left for Australia before I finished it.
Where's that painting today?
I don't know. When I began working with wax, I painted over all my old watercolors. I just couldn't stand looking at them anymore. I think I covered Marley's map with some sort of landscape. That's all I can remember, though.
Do you still have it?
Oh, no. My waxy creations are sold faster than I can produce them. Marley's map could be anywhere by now.
Darn. Do you know what the ultimate insult looks like?
Nope.
Do you have any idea what the ultimate insult is?
Not a clue. Maybe you should ask the old voodoo lady. She's good with stuff like that.
Subtle nod to where we're supposed to get the answers.
I think I'll plumb this ultimate insult mystery on my own.
Okay. Anything else?
Do you sell a lot of these wax stripping paintings?
They're selling like wildfire. Which is ironic.
Why?
Because if you put them next to a wildfire, they melt.
The humor of the artistic elite has always escaped me. I'll just be on my way.
Thanks.
Alright, well we will go ahead and stop here, and next time we will start by looting Meathook's place. But thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you are so inclined. And we will continue the adventure from here next time. Take care until then.